Hey everybody, welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you're returning. He's gonna be loud today, I can already tell. If you can't see him, his tail was up there. Now he's just laying behind me. Okay, so my name is Hannah. This is a channel about cross stitch. Ignore this. I don't know. If I like touch my skin, it just becomes red. That's me. That's who I am. So I don't know whether he like got me or if I touched my neck. I don't know. It's just gonna be red and blotchy for a couple of minutes. It'll go away. It doesn't hurt. It's just red and blotchy. Anyway, that's what my skin does. I think it's called like reactive skin. It's not like I don't know. I think it's called reactive skin. Anyway, it doesn't matter. That's not why we're here. We're here for cross stitch. So I have like very little to show you today. I don't think I have any haul. I don't think. I do want to respond to a comment that I got that I don't think I have responded to, and it's easier for me to just respond to it in the video than to like type everything. So I'm just gonna respond to that comment. I don't remember who commented, but it's about my floss storage system and how I do it. It's kind of funny because it's fairly similar to how Corinne from Grace Note Stitchers does her floss storage in a way. It's anyway, it doesn't matter. We'll do that last, and then I have a little bit of life. Well, we'll do that almost last, and then we'll do like life update stuff, because I feel like every week there's something new, right? Anyway, so WIPs, I have like 4, maybe? Yeah, I think I only have 4. So this will be a fairly short video. So the first one I'm going to pull out is, it's a new start. This is what I was working on yesterday, and it is called Double Double. It's by the Prairie Schooler. And since it's a new start, I don't have an old picture to show you, but I got a lot done. I mean, a lot is not that much, like when you look at how tiny this piece is going to be, but that's where I'm up to. Now, I have made changes. This is on 32 count vintage linen from BeStitchMe. It is a color of the month from, is it this month? I think it's this month's, no, not this month. This is November. It was October's neutral of the month. Anyway, I've made changes because if you look at the pattern, it looks the same, right? It's charted supposed to be in 3371, which is a dark brown, almost black, but noticeably brown. I didn't want that. I wanted to do it in black, so I'm doing it in black. Now I will do the 921 and the, 3023, which is the smoke on the cauldron. But all of the 3371 I'm doing in 310. Because I was looking at the other Prairie Schoolers that are like this on 123 Stitch, and 2 of them, I think maybe 2 of them, are 3371, and like the rest of them are black. So I was like, well, if I'm going to do more of them, because I'm thinking about doing more of them on this piece of fabric, because it's a large piece of fabric, and this is how long it's only that long. And it'll go over probably about to the midpoint here, and then up. So it's pretty small, so I could probably put like 2 up here, and then like 2 more, and then maybe even another 2 more. I don't remember how many there are. There's only like 5 maybe. I could be wrong, but the ones on 123 Stitch, that's how many there were. So I could fit probably all of them on this piece of fabric, so that they kind of correlate. But it's a pretty, I mean, when you look at like the size for No New Starts 2022, this is considered a small, which I don't do very many of. So it's a little wild that it's considered a small. But this is the whole side, like side border part, and then it'll go across the bottom, and then it'll go across the top. And then there's like, well, I just showed you, it'll go across the top. So it's not going to be too much bigger. Like there's a pumpkin, right? There's a pumpkin right there. And there's this cat repeats over here. So it's probably only going to go out to the midpoint. And I might not be able to fit another one because I do leave myself a pretty big border, which maybe I could have cut it to 2 inches, but I like to be safe than sorry. So, or I might just put them close together and I could put them all, like frame them as one piece instead of multiple little pieces. I don't know. I haven't decided if I'm even going to do more of them. There's like one other one that I really like that I'll probably get, so at least I'll do one more. Probably. But yeah, that's where we're at with this one. And I figure I'm going to start doing a thing where as I start finishing things, because I rarely finish things, but as I start finishing things, if they are giveawayable or I can rack them, I'm going to do something like that. Or like if I finish a full coverage, I know I didn't do this for my Mulan, but like if I finish a full coverage or something like that, I can rack a full coverage from, I don't know, Charting Creations or Haid or Pain Free or, you know, wherever, the Cross Stitch Studio, those kind of places. And then if I finish like paper patterns, I can like give away the paper pattern. Sometimes I make working copies, sometimes I don't. So like if I have written on it and I know it's available and it's not that much, like this is like for maybe $3 and something cents. I can, because I've colored it. I don't want to show it for too long, but I did color on this one. So if I do something like that, I can buy another one and just rack that one or give away that one. Because it's, again, like $3.50. So, or I can give them all away together. I don't know. I haven't decided yet, but that's that one. So that shouldn't be a long stitch. That should be a pretty quick, I mean, if I was working on it by itself, it'd be done in like less than a week, obviously, but I'm not doing that. So, okay, the next one is also a new start. And this one is Quaker Christmas II by ByGone Stitches. I don't like the picture they took for this. I don't know why they did it this way. Like, why? Why didn't you just, like, lay it flat? I don't know. It's just very strange to me, but it's a pretty piece. And, you know, it's kind of getting to Christmassy time. I'm not one of those people, we don't decorate until after Thanksgiving. Because I can't. I don't mind it when other people do. Do what you do. But, like, we aren't those people, because I want Thanksgiving to be Thanksgiving, and even though Thanksgiving is not it's not a good holiday. It's celebrating some awful things, but I want, like, each kind of month to have its own thing. So October is Halloween, we have Thanksgiving in November, and then we have Christmas in December. So, like, let it be its own thing. Again, you can do whatever you want. I'm not saying that, like, you have to do that, but, like, me, I can't put my Christmas decorations up until after, like, the holiday before Christmas is over. And the same thing with, like, if Halloween was the holiday before Christmas, like, if Thanksgiving didn't exist, I wouldn't put, like, I would wait some time. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know if I'm making any sense. Anyway, here, so it's a new start. I don't know. Oh, it goes this way. Here is where I got to. So I finished this whole motif. I'm doing this on Heartland by Picture This Plus. It's a 32 count Lugana. Guys, I know everybody's always ranting and raving about Picture This Plus, and I like their linen. I don't like their Lugana. I don't like it. I don't like it. But I like 28 count Lugana more than I like 32 count. But it's fine. I'm still gonna I like the color of the fabric, so I'm just gonna keep going with it. But, like, I don't think I'm ever gonna get 32 count from Picture This Plus again. I just don't like it. Lugana, at least. I love linens in any count I'm okay with. But yeah, this is where I got to, and I'm doing it with the called for colors. So this is Current by Gentle Arts. Is it Gentle Arts? Yeah, it's Cast. So, and then the other color is Blue Spruce, I think. But this is all Current. So it's pretty dark. Like, it's a pretty dark red. But I love it. I think it's beautiful. So yeah, it's going to be a big piece. It is a big... I think this is one of the BAPs. I've listed out, I think I have like 27 or 25 or something BAPs for next year. I have 17 large projects, 8 medium projects, and like 4 smalls for next year. So obviously I have a problem. But yeah, so that's where I got to. Pretty small. I think it's like, I count hours on pieces that don't go in Pattern Keeper. So I'm pretty sure it's like, it was like 3 hours, so it's a little, probably like 300 stitches. I don't know. It doesn't matter. Anytime I'm doing a group where they're like, count your stitches, I just guesstimate at like 100 stitches per hour. Don't tell anyone. So, I mean, it's about how much I can do in an hour, and that's what I figured that out. So, it's okay. There's no police. Nobody really cares. Okay, next is my Cryptid. So we got a new one on Friday, and boy, this one was a fun one. This is a Picture This Plus, right? This is a Picture This Plus fabric. Yeah. So I love this one, and it's a 32 count, so it's even smaller than the 30. I mean, 30. It's a 36 count, so it's even smaller than the 32 count. But anyway, here is where we're at. So like I said, this is Picture This Plus. It's Cyprium, 36 count linen. Love it. Love the Picture This Plus linen. Don't like the Lugana, at least in 32 count. But yeah, so that's where we are, and let me show you my little new guy. Here he is. It is our Yeti. He is so cute. It took me freaking forever to do him. He was a monster. I mean, he's a monster, but he was a monster. Because his whole body is outlined. And I'm like, I didn't really need to outline him, probably, because he's so dramatically different than the fabric that it's like, he didn't need to be outlined. If anything needs to be outlined, probably the Enfield Horror needs to be outlined, but like, even still, you can see him. But it's just like when we did the Nightcrawlers, they're outlined. But he's beautiful. I love him. He's so cute. He took frickin' forever, but I love him anyway. And I love the skulls on the side. But yeah, so we're getting there. We have another one coming out Friday. It's filling up. I'm so excited. Okay. And then here's the comparison. And then we only have one more, and we're not even 15 minutes in yet. Okay. And then the last one is not a new start. So I got quite a bit done. I do have a before picture, but we'll show you in the comparison. We'll show you what it looks like before. But this is, I guess I have to show you what it's actually going to be on screen. This is the mystery sampler from Linen and Threads from 2017. I don't know if there's a name for it or anything, but I'm just calling it 2017 mystery sampler. From Linen and Threads. It is free. I'm not sure if it's available anymore, because I think they took down like 2017 and 18. They might still have 19 and 20 up. I know they have 20 still up, I'm pretty sure. And I need to go get the November one from this year. Anyway. But here is where I am now. I'm doing this on some sort of linen that I have had in my stash. Don't know what it is. It's just a like raw, I think, I don't know, neutral linen. And the silks are Silks for You in some colorway that will be down in the description box because I can never remember. But I got quite a bit done. I think the last time you saw this, I was like just starting the bird, and I finished the bird, did this whole side. So this side is done. This is the edge right there. And then I came across the bottom, and then I did this bird too. So I'm really loving this. I'm really loving working on this. I think just silks in general, I love working with silks, and they're so soft. And they're just a pleasure to work with. So I'm doing this with 2 strands. Yeah. So super fun. Really, really loving this. Hoping that I'll have enough of this silk color to do the 2018 one, because I think I want to do it in the same color, because they're fairly similar. But yeah, so pretty. I'm really liking it. It's so much bigger than I thought it was going to be. I mean, granted, this is only like a part of it. I think there's 3 pages across the top, so like it's long, and it's long. So it's wide and it's long, so it's a big piece. I think this is another BAP. Maybe it's a large. I don't remember. It's one of the big ones. So those are all my WIPs. I know, not a lot. Here's my thread. This is how I store my silks, just in a bag. I need to get more rings for my silks, but I haven't bothered, so I've just put them in a plastic sandwich bag, and we go from there. Okay, so the next thing, just really quickly before we talk about how I store my threads, if you haven't watched my last video, I recommend you do. Please leave a comment on my last video because we have a giveaway going on right now. Kaylee, on Instagram, she's Kaylee Cruff. Sorry. It's Kruyff, I think, if I'm not mistaken. That's where she like posts all her updates and things. And she has opened a store that will be linked down below as well. It's linked also in my last video, but it is open, it is running, the store is up. So we have a giveaway going on. She made me a few project bags, and I so appreciate it. I showed them off in my last video, and we have a bag for you guys. So again, go to my last video. It'll be in the eye up here, and go ahead, watch that, and leave a comment, and next week we will draw the winner. So good luck, everybody. Okay, that's that. Threads. So, I don't remember who made the comment, but I know I have been asked how I store my threads. So, I put my threads on bobbins, for the most part. If they're DMC, they're on bobbins. If they are fancy flosses, they are still on their own cards, usually on a ring. And I only buy fancy flosses really for projects, so I don't have just a stash of fancy floss. So they're all on rings, like in the project bag that they're for. And then if I have silks, like you just saw, I pretty much put them in baggies, depending on the silks. Like if it's a big hank of silk, I'll put them in a baggie. If it's smaller skeins of silk, I'll do the same thing with them that I do with my fancy floss, just put them on a ring and put them in the project. The only reason the hanks go in a bag is because I don't really buy those for projects. I just buy them because I like them, and then I decide which project I'm going to do with them, because for the most part, Silks for You and the hanks, I usually will use those for monochrome patterns, so like long dogs, or the linen and threads, things like that, where you're doing one color. And then when I am, and then for DMC, I put them on bobbins, and they all go into bobbin, the bobbins go in a bobbin box, and I have a full collection of the DMC. So I have every DMC color, and I have a master set in a bobbin box. Some projects I will kit up. A lot of projects I don't necessarily kit up. I just take the floss out of my master set, and when I run out of a color, I'll just go get another one and put that in. And the reason I do that and I don't really kit up per project is because I do mostly like max color things and things that don't have a whole lot of, I guess, blocks of color. So if you run out of a color and it's slightly different, like the next skein is slightly different, it's harder to tell on a piece that is so confetti heavy. You don't really notice. If I am doing block stitching, for the most part, I try to get like 5 skeins at a time. So I always have like 4 extra skeins of a color when I go out and buy that color. So I should have enough usually for at least most of the block area. And then if we move to another block area that is away from that one, it's okay to change a little bit. Anyway, I hope that makes sense. So when I'm working on my project, like I said, I have the master set of DMC in the box. And then I have, don't you lick that. Hey, excuse me, don't lick that. When I'm working on the project, I have these. Please excuse the mess. But I work off of thread cards. Again, I do this kind of the way that I do my bobbin box. I have a master set. So this is my master set of thread drops. Essentially what I do is I cut a piece, depending on the length that I'm going to work with. If I'm doing 2 strands, I will cut from like my fingertips to about like my mid-center of my chest. That will be how long, and then I fold it over, and that's 2 strands. If I am going to use 1 strand, I'll do that, and then I'll fold it over and cut it in half, and that is how long I will use for 1 strand. When I do that, those 1 strands, so it's 6 strands in one thing, and then when you fold it over and you cut it in half, now you have 12. So those 12 strands get put onto these cards, and then the bobbin goes back in the bobbin box. So I'm working off of these using those 12 strands, usually 1 strand at a time, and that's how I work my projects. So every project works off of just these, and this is the whole set of DMC here. So, and it looks crazy. It looks like, oh my gosh, it looks tangled AF, right? It's not actually that bad. You can pretty much get all of the flosses off of here when you need to. So occasionally I have some that fall off, and I'm like, I don't know where this came from, but that's okay. I can just get a new, if I need that color later on down the road, I can get a new strand. I hope that made sense, and that's how I store things. And as for all of my fancy flosses, like I said, I don't really buy them just to buy them. I buy them for projects, so I don't have extras of stuff. I have the like set amount for each project that I need. DMC is the only one that I like buy extra of because I know I'm going to use it because I have like 5 bajillion full coverages that use DMC. Yeah. And then I work off of the floss drops that the special like threads come on. So yeah, okay, that's that. If you have questions about that, please leave that below. But I think I covered mostly how I do it. Okay, and then life. So if you're not here for life stuff, you were only here for stitching, guess what? This is like a 25-minute video for you. So congrats, this is a short one. If you're here to let me talk about life, thanks so much. It's been wild. So last video we talked about how my dog had like gotten eaten by a bug, and he is fine now. He's 100% better. He is eating normally, playing with his toys, doing all the things that an old man probably shouldn't do, but he does anyway. He now has 2 wounds on his legs. We don't know how they got there, but I tried bandaging them for a little while. He kept on ripping the bandages off. I've been putting, like, creams on them to try to, stop him from licking them. It doesn't matter because he'll lick them so much that they start bleeding again. And I'm like, dude, they're not going to get better if you keep doing that. So, anyway, those aren't that bad. They're healing up slowly because he keeps licking them, but they're healing. But the other thing that just happened, so yesterday I'm at work and I get a text from my husband. Hey, so the power just went out. The transformer outside blew up. It sounded like a cannon. So apparently the transformer blew up, and BG&E came out and fixed it, but they said 12:30. It didn't actually happen until like 3 or 4 or something. So I got home, we had power, but we didn't have heat. So the HVAC guy just left our house not too long ago, and it wasn't a big issue, but we think that when the power came back on, something happened, and that's where the problem occurred. So he fixed it. It's fine. We have heat again, but it was like 30 degrees last night outside, and I woke up this morning and it was freezing. And I got home so I went to work for half the day today, and I got to work and I was like, oh, it's so warm. And then I got home this afternoon around 12:30, and it was freezing. It was freezing in this house. But it's warm again, so we're good. We have heat. Thank goodness, because we're going into the cold months. And even though tomorrow's supposed to be like 70 degrees, what is happening? It's 30 degrees last night, and then it's 70 degrees Fahrenheit tomorrow. What? Or Friday, or someday. It's supposed to be warm. It's like, I'm confused. It's been really cold past like week and a half. But anyway, thank goodness we have heat again. I hope that's the third thing, because I always say things come in threes. I hope that's the third thing. So, anyway, I think that's it from me. Nothing else has really happened. It's been pretty normal since dog things. Yeah, so I think I'm gonna peace out, and I will talk to you guys next week. We'll do our giveaway drawing next week, so good luck, everybody. Don't forget, comment on my last video. You can comment on this one too, but that won't enter you into the giveaway. So comment on my last video. If that's the only place you're going to comment, do it there. I appreciate everybody. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you guys next week. Have a good one. Bye.